and I think the field was fairly late in acknowledging that there would be a safety car. So that's probably the reason why two cars hit each other.
Yeah, the vraag is, or the question is, if two cars hit each other, because I saw one of the parts of the car coming loose, but then a lot of smoke, and then probably the part just wasn't attached very well to the car and got loose. But anyway, we'll have two cars now that became stranded alongside the track, one in Huguenot's corner and one then with Tarzan out. Yeah, the one in Huguenot's corner is still standing there. That will be the number
Bruno
88
Martins.
car, Bruno Martins. Yeah.
Yeah, and John Reed, I think that was the one in the yellow car who could get back on the track, but hasn't come round either. So is he in trouble as well? Yeah, and he's coming into the pit lane. That was indeed the yellow Caterham, the number 117, John Reed. And the car that hasn't come round after the main straight incident must have been the number 74 car, Miguel Ferreira, who was basically in the middle of the field, round about position 15, when he got into trouble. Or at least right we are, probably 17th or 18th position. And he's somewhere along the track. So it's probably still Thomas Teixeira leading, or is it Gonzalo Nobre da Veiga? They were battling for the lead, and one of them came out of the first corner, Tarzan corner, victorious, but then they all had to brake. And was the overtaking maneuver before the yellow flag and the safety car signs?
At least now with the safety car, the clock goes to 20 minutes still to go. And we're just waiting until the cars that have stranded are removed from alongside the track. And the track is safe again to release the field again for some fast laps. Let's check the safety car, if we can see how long it will take. Or if the safety car will go in again. Probably not this lap, because we saw the lights on the safety car were still on. So I presume it will be at least one other lap behind the safety cars within the Caterham Iberia 420R and 7 Racing. Safety car is driving relatively slow, in my opinion, so that would mean that they are trying to win some time to get out of the track in the next or in the coming lap.
Yeah, and it's still Thomas Teixeira leading. Gonzalo Nobre da Veiga challenged him on the main straight towards Tarzan corner, but just didn't make it, or realized that he had passed under yellow or with a safety car sign already burning, and then lifted and let Teixeira get the lead back. That's also possible.
Yeah, we see one of the towing trucks that's on the track now that will probably have to lift one of the cars.
Yeah, Miguel Ferreira's car,
yeah.
that is... no, and even Bruno Martins' car is still there. That's the one probably where he's going for, coming out of Hans Hugenholt's corner.
Will take some time.
Yeah.
If you're looking to the live stream, you see the weather, the sky above Zandvoort is relatively blue. So we have like a cloudy 19 to 20 degrees here with a little bit of wind, 18 km/h, and well, the moisture
sunny,
is like
isn't it?
81%. Yeah, it's relatively sunny with some
Yeah,
clouds
yeah, yeah,
here
yeah.
and there.
Some,
So
yeah, yeah, yeah.
19 degrees, but it feels like much warmer if you're walking around here at the track. It's really nice temperature where the drivers don't have to race. They're just sitting in their tents and in front of the cars, and everybody is very relaxed today. It's the first day of the Zandvoort Summer Trophy 2025. We still have to go, of course, for the Saturday and Sunday. But until the end of the day, we have a couple of free practices and races in front of us. But yeah, at this moment, we're just behind the safety car with the Caterham Iberia 420R and 7 racing, because 2 cars got stranded, one in Huguenot's corner and the other one in the end outcoming of Tarzan corner. So let's hope that the officials will be able to remove the cars quick and we can continue the race. Still have to go almost 17 minutes now.
And with the weather as it is, it's good because for some it's start of the holidays this weekend. So many people will leave on vacation, either by car or plane or boat or whatever. So that's nice, and for many of the teams present here, it is a bit of a holiday feeling. But they have to work for it, especially on the track. Conditions not too hot, so normally no overheating problems of both engine and tires. Safety car is staying out for one more lap.
You were talking about the overheating problems. I mean, it's the KTM Iberia class. Come on, they're coming from Portugal, from Spain. You know, we in Holland, we don't know what heat is. The guys there do, of course. So obviously, what we think is like heat, you guys will probably laugh about us. But yeah, for us, 25 degrees in the Netherlands, 30 degrees is already like really hot summer weather. So that's why, and I think all the drivers and teams are very much used to it. Let's see if we have already got rid of one of the stranded cars at the end of Tarzan corner, which is still standing there. The marshals also working on the track still. And there also might be a little bit of oil on track or not. Yeah. The guys are walking around with small kind of cans with powder in it to deal with the oil leakage. Yeah, one of the stranded cars is behind the barrier in Gerlach corner, and the marshals are working on a little bit of oil on track still. So let's hope that we will have, where's the safety car now? Well, probably Hunsrug to Slotermaker corner. It will be corners 4 and 5 on the track here at Zandvoort. And let's hope that this will be the last lap behind the safety car, but we still don't know right yet. And yeah, the clock is ticking still, so we have less than 15 minutes to go in the Caterham Iberia 420R and 7 racing. So let's hope we can get going on with the race in a couple of minutes.
And 7 racing from the UK, or Macmillan 7 Racing as it is officially called, obviously refers to the Lotus 7 that these Caterhams were all inspired by, to say the least. And that Lotus 7 design has had such a history and such an enormous following in the, well, somewhat 60 years since then, since that car was designed at, well, later on in the 60s, I guess it was. Not sure what year it was. Check that out for you.
And while you're checking out, still having a look at the safety car, lights are still on. And at the end, one car didn't start the race. It was Rafael Rajani. And we missed 2 cars, Miguel Ferreira and Bruno Martins, which were the cars that were alongside the track. And in the pit lane, we have now the number 117 car, John Reed, with still the safety car on track. And not a clue if this will be end of safety car or that we have another lap. Now, I think we'll have another lap with the safety car here. It takes quite a long time to get the track ready to resume this race. And therefore the original time of the race was 25 minutes, which already half of the time is gone, and I think we had one race lap, something like that, or mostly two at the most. I think we had one full race lap, so we're losing quite some time at the moment for this race. So we're halfway.
Actually, the history of the Lotus 7 goes all the way back to 1957, designed by Lotus Cars, designed by Colin Chapman. But of course, most of the successes were in the 60s. They produced the Lotus 7 until 72 even.
We'll have a bright view of the cars passing the stranded number 88 car, which has been put on the truck. And let's hope that the truck will be gone in short time, because we already lost too much time of this race. But what I see now is that probably this will be the last lap of the safety car. So at the end we'll have about, let's say, 10 minutes, 9.5 minutes for the race. And I hope the guys will be able to have a real race from that time on. So no safety cars, no code reds or whatsoever. Still leading, of course, Thomas Teixeira, Gonzalo Nobre da Vega at 2, and these names are quite difficult for us, so we already excuse for the fact that we might not pronounce them very well. Phil Jenkins then on 3rd position with the number 18 car, then 4th the number 83 Pedro Reis Ferreira, and on 5th place the number 33 car Tiago Loureiro. And they are the top 5 at the moment. So let's see what happens when we get at the end of this lap. I think safety car is now between corner 10 and corner 11. In total we have 14 corners here at the racetrack of Zandvoort, with 2 of them being banked. That's corner number 3 and corner number 14. Number 14 being the corner, that's the last corner before the straight. Yes, the lights of the safety car are out, or isn't this the safety car? No, I think it's another official car, is it? Let's see. Yeah, okay, the safety car lights are out. So that means that Thomas Teixeira is leading the pack, the number 11 car. He is in front. He can decide if he goes onto the throttle or not when they come to the straight here. And then it's, the others that need to be very much awake to be able to pass, being in the right gear with the right amount of revs, ready to have all the horsepower out of the car. There they come. It is Thomas Teixeira. He cannot be overhauled before the finish line. So we'll probably have it here. Out of his comes number 77, Gonzalo Nobre de Vega. The slipstream, did it work or not? Probably it did work, but not until the Tarzan corner, because I think Thomas Teixeira still is in the lead. Then it's dangerous for Gonzalo Nobre de Vega. Phil Jenkins is in full attack mode. Let's see if he can get through. No, this car is still behind. But it gets quite interesting there. I think the number 18, Phil Jenkins, with the red Caterham, is really willing to overtake the guys in front of them. But then he has to be in the back of Gonzalo Nobre de Vega's Caterham. He has to be really close to take advantage of the slipstream when they go into Schijva corner, which is one of the fastest corner here at track, and for certain the most exciting one at the track, I think, because when it goes wrong there, you have the gravel like 1 meter beside the track, and you always end up in cheers when it goes wrong. So Jenkins is trying to get a little bit on the inside of the corner. The tarmac of the track there is very wide, so you can drive a couple of different lines there. And if they exit corner 10, then they have a kind of straight for a couple of 100 meters towards corner 11.
And Gonzalo Nobre da Vega had his nose in front of the Caterham of Thomas Teixeira, but he was on the left-hand side, on the outside into Tarzan corner. That's always difficult to make a pass that way. And I must say, Teixeira braked really late, so therefore he kept that lead. Phil Jenkins, yes, trying to take advantage, but never managed to do that either. And Reis Ferreira, Loureiro, and Magalhães who lost the place. And again, they're side by side. And now Da Vega, Nobre da Vega, yes, is in front and does go into Tarzan corner first, followed by Teixeira, who just lost the lead of this race. Jenkins still in third. So now he came out of the slipstream early enough and efficiently enough to make a pass.
Yeah, and Phil Jenkins was really trying to pass the guys in front of them, but he got a little bit difficult coming out of Tarzan corner. I think now Pedro Reis Ferreira was trying to attack him, didn't succeed in that, so Jenkins still on third place, but behind it it's Ferreira and Loureiro who are now fighting for fourth and fifth.
Yeah, and it's a three-way battle at the front. Two cars behind them, about a second down. And then another group where Jose Rodriguez of the last lap passed Gonzalo Lobo de Valle. And what else? Further down, the Saraiva team lost a couple of places to Magalhães and Barnes.
Daniel Ferreira is the fastest at the track at this moment, 1:56.98, the number 28 car on 9th position. Then in the front we'll have Da Vega, Teixeira. It's still Jenkins on third, but I don't know exactly if it's Ferreira on fourth or is it Loureiro on fourth. I can't see it really.
They creeped up to Jenkins in third position. So it's becoming a five-way battle. Now, again, but back Teixeira, now on the left-hand side and making a pass. And Jenkins on the outside trying with his red car, but doesn't succeed, but has succeeded to grab second position.
Yeah, Jenkins that runs with Teixeira in the Tarzan corner and got on the throttle there. So second now for Jenkins indeed. And a lot is happening right in this lap. Still have 5 minutes and about 12 seconds to go. I think we have not really seen the winner yet. Everything might be possible there because they're really close. Difference between the cars was like 17,000, 1300 of a second. So it's really close to each other racing, and I wouldn't dare to make a bet on who will be the 1, 2 and 3 at the end of this race. Okay, then we're back at the widest part of the track, to be honest, so that would be corner 8, 9 and 10 where they are now driving. And I think that the number 4 Loureiro is trying to race different race lines in order to find some speed to drive to Phil Jenkins again, who is still on third with the red Caterham, and he is really battling for the lead, although he did make a small mistake when entering the Hans Ernst corner. It's corner number 11, and it could be an advantage for Teixeira, who will probably be able to get in the slipstream of Phil Jenkins and try to overhaul him or overtake him here on the straight. It will get 1 or 2 seconds. There they are here on the straight. Let's see what happens here without coming out from the slipstream. Jenkins goes with his nose to the front, but will he be the first who will exit Tarzan corner? That's the question. And probably he will if he doesn't take too much speed into the corner. No, he did very well. So he gets out from Tarzan first, then Teixeira and Nobre da Vega, who have now fight for second position. And will it cost them some time or not? Because 3 cars are behind them. It's Loureiro, it's Ferreira and Rodriguez, the numbers 33, 83 and 17, who are now together fighting for fourth, but also be able to get close to the ones in the top 3. Let's see, we have 3 minutes and around 13 seconds to go. Anything can happen. It will be 2-3 laps, Ron?
Yeah, that is possible, and it's a pack of 6 cars now together, with one trailing just a little. That's Daniel Ferreira in the white car, who's down a bit, but they're still battling. But Jenkins really did well, because he not only came out of the slipstream, but he came out of the slipstream on the inside, on the right-hand side, on the main straight. So that's the place to be if you want to make a pass into the first corner. And Jenkins appears to be inching away just a bit. Well, not very much, but a tiny bit. There's half a car length behind him to Teixeira and then Nobre de Veiga. With, you're right, Loureiro and Ferreira, the 2 orange cars, still behind and probably waiting for a mistake of one of the cars in front, who haven't really made mistakes, are just battling and slipstreaming. And there's an attack again by Gonzalo Nobre de Veiga, now on the left-hand side, on the outside of Tarzan corner, but that's much more difficult, and he doesn't get away with it. It's still Jenkins now on the inside, Thomas Teixeira on the right-hand side into Gerlach corner. Is that enough? Probably not.
We now have 7 cars within the first group, with Jenkins having the best possibilities now, and a yellow flag at corner number 10. So I'll have to check here if there is a car stranded in the gravel, which I think is. We got a car in the gravel bed on the exit of corner 10. Does this bring only a yellow flag, or will this bring the safety car back again? I don't think the safety car is needed, but well, you never know what race control decides, of course. A group of 7 cars, and sometimes it's Phil Jenkins with the number 18 car, the red Caterham, who will have like, what is it, 10, 15 meters advantage, but then the next corner, the advantage is gone again, and it's only 5 meters or something like that. So the difference between the car is really, really close, and let's see what happens in the last lap. So the clock is ticking. We're within the last minute of the race. So when they pass the start-finish line, next time it will be the last lap of this race.
Battle for the Gentleman Cup 420G is between Thomas Lemos in 20th position, number 78, and Lev Krivoshein with the number 56, but he's a couple of seconds down. So that seems to be decided by Thomas Lemos. The head of the field, and now it's almost easy sailing for our leader Phil Jenkins, because the guys behind them are battling. Last lap is running, and Teixeira passed Gonzalo Nobre da Veiga again, so is now in second position.
Yeah, if Gonzalo Nobre da Veiga is third right now, he has damaged his car on the nose. There is quite some damage on the car, but I don't think it's technical damage. It's more like the front, the nose. It's really a little bit of hurt, but no technical damage in that case. But there is some stuff loose. So Phil Jenkins still in the best position. Last lap of this race. We're now within the 11th lap of the race after a safety car period.
Oh, yeah, that does hinder him.
It does. Yeah.
Oh, yes. That completely wastes his aerodynamic situation. Although with these Caterhams, that's not the main thing. Main thing is that they're light. Have their weight quite low to the ground, and well, enough horsepower. And it's Jenkins who holds position at the front so far.
Well, I wouldn't guarantee you that Phil Jenkins is going to win this race. He has the big chance, but still, what is it? Teixeira is now on second, right? Let me check it another way around, if we can see the numbers, because when you follow the live stream from Caterham Iberia, then you know exactly what car you are talking about. We have mainly to be able to look at the numbers on the car. The one is really close to Phil Jenkins. Can he do something with the slipstream? coming out of Arie Leijendijk corner. Here they come onto the straight, and it is a slipstream fight until the finish line. What's happening here? Very close to each other, but it's the yellow car who wins. Thomas Teixeira takes the win on 41 thousandths of a second on Phil Jenkins, who becomes second, and third place for Gonçalo Nobre da Veiga with damage on his car, I think, but the number 77, still 37 hundredths of a second behind Phil Jenkins. What a finish between Teixeira and Jenkins.
And then you see how important slipstreams are with these open cars. These open cars that catch a lot of wind in the cockpit. And that also means if that amount of wind is reduced by a car in front of you by its slipstream, then that helps an awful lot. So that's what helped Thomas Teixeira coming out of the slipstream and winning this race in front of Phil Jenkins and Gonçalo Nobre da Veiga in spite of the damage to his car.
I was really a lot of surprise from that he was able to catch Phil Jenkins, because the time he had to perform the slipstream wasn't long, because normally you use the whole straight at Zandvoort for doing the slipstream towards Tarzan, but he had only used halfway or something to get past of him before the start of finish line. So very well done with Teixeira, positions his car exactly at the right moment in the slipstream of Phil Jenkins' car.
And it's always tricky, because when you're the car in front, you want to avoid the guy behind you or woman behind you being able to creep up on you through the last two corners. And there are a few tricks to do that, but it's not always easy. And I'm not sure if Phil Jenkins tried that, maybe to hold up Teixeira behind him in the penultimate, before the penultimate corner. But anyway, Teixeira won after having started from pole position, but then was it boring? No, not at all. This was a fantastic race with lots of overtaking, lots of slipstreaming, quite fantastic. And in the end, I think 29 of 34 cars finishing. We saw 3 go out. There were 2 in the pits, and the other 29 probably all had a very good time here at Zandvoort.